Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So now we have our slides. For 20-30 minutes, we'll be discussing about our view from the Europol side, and I would like to firstly to introduce myself. I'm representing European Cybercrime Center, EC3, and I will be discussing between the 30 minutes about the view on the cyber intelligence and cyber threat intelligence from our side, sharing some initiatives and sharing some good successes. Couple of words about Europol's role at the beginning, not bothering you with presentations on structures and so on. EC3 cyber intelligence ecosystem, we call that informally. I will explain what do we mean by saying this. And yesterday we have released from Europol side IOCTA 2025. I encourage you to look at this public version, and I will then mention a couple of key findings on IOCTA and some key conclusions what we are observing from Europol side. So yeah, let's start. And probably as a first slide, I would like to, just to ask such kind of rhetorical question: what is on the dark side on the moon? And as you know, just without the proper regulation, proper collaboration among the member state law enforcement, proper collaboration with cybersecurity community, why we are here, why I'm here now today, private industry, in the cyber field, in the cyber domain, we cannot answer the quite important questions. Important questions about the known unknowns and unknown unknowns, what is even the more important and gets more and more important nowadays. But definitely we can do that through a proper collaboration. And as Europol, I would like to explain here a couple of words about the Europol, who we are. You see our nice headquarters building. It looks like as big, not big enough, as we are going in relation to the past years, significant changes shape in privatization, including the cyber domain. And actually who we are a law enforcement hub. What do I mean by saying law enforcement hub? As we have 54 countries represented in this building, we have liaison offices and liaison officers from 54 countries, all member states and third operational partners, and some strategic partners are located here at Europol, who have a direct connection to their national databases, to their information, and they are able, these liaison officers, to support directly with any kind of investigative needs, operational needs, intelligence needs, and different type of expertise. We are data hub, and you see I highlighted this data hub because everything is about data. We are very much data driven, especially in cyber domain. Our life is getting more complex, sophisticated, and we have an enormous amount of data nowadays. And at Europol, we as a data hub, we have such ambition to be a criminal information, criminal intelligence hub for EU internal security purposes as a law enforcement agency supporting law enforcement interests and needs. We do a lot, and we have different layers of data at Europol. I've explained that in a couple of more slides. We are case hub, and definitely there is a system when the member states were sharing the cases, and the most prioritized cases we are happy to support, to pick up. It is impossible, to support equally at the same level all cases. So we need to be very good in prioritization. And we do, together with our member states prioritization, we have some prioritization principles, different type of cases, different type of priority cases. Some of them we call operational task forces, where when we do invest much more in support of such cases. And skills and tools hub, what is another key aspect? Just to work with data, with complex data, we need to have a different type of specialists. We need to have cryptographers, we need to have people understanding the technical aspects of data, cyber threat intelligence specialists and analysts, case coordinators and so on, and we do have. The President of the EU Commission, Ms. von der Leyen, announced in the second term what the politicians in Brussels, they want to double Europol in the upcoming years, and they want to expand Europol's mandate to make it more operational. We do think that we are operational, but we are quite enough operational now, supporting member states and participating directly, supporting member states' investigations and operations. But there are some more bigger initiatives in relation to that. We do expect some increase in the upcoming years in relation to the new financial perspective in the EU. Yeah, I would like to demonstrate this slide. And you know, 10 years ago, cybercrime, it was only, or let's say, online-related digital aspects were only connected directly to cybercrime. And now the digital component, or online component, is everywhere. I was attending some panels today and listening to presentations, and already some colleagues were mentioning that, you know, just it's a really now horizontal, and some crimes are starting by recruitment using the different kind of online tools, platforms, end-to-end encryption platforms, tools, applications, and go through all different stages and layers, committing and preparing a crime, committing a crime, laundering money, and so on. So this component exists now everywhere, and especially, last but not least, for cryptocurrency, used more and more. It's a significant increase in this. But we need to be much better from law enforcement side. And how we can be better? We can be better through collaboration and partnership. I will be talking about this and why this stage is very much important for us as Europol to promote more closer, more practical hands-on collaboration. Narrowing down to Cybercrime Center, EC3, it's the 3 main blocks, and we call that knowledge, digital support, and operations. You can see, again, it's everything about the law enforcement hub, because we are mostly, all of us, we are law enforcement. Data, we have enormous amounts of data at EC3, Cybercrime Center, different types of raw data, some already, let's say, different layers for enrichments supporting the cases. Cases, skills, and tools, and we divided in these 3 blocks, and knowledge covers the strategic approach with different strategic initiatives in relation to the, as an example, access to data, in relation to the standardizations. When we're based on the experience, based on the expertise, based on some, you know, concrete outcomes of the projects together with you, with cybersecurity community, private industry, we are proposing some strategic initiatives at EU level. Of course, from law enforcement angle, because speaking about, let's say, as an example, access to data, so it can be very long discussion, a very broad one, because from law enforcement side, we have our interpretation about the access to data by design, and we fully understand and respect the security by design and safety by design, and it needs to be balanced. It needs to be balanced. We have a concrete thoughts about that, concrete ideas about that, and we definitely can explore. Digital support, we have a couple of components here at EC3. It's first of all cyber intelligence. I'm going to expand that more. Data science. Data science is an engine, we usually say that. And it's a very wide, broad, and deep business area where from the simple data collections or the simple access to the data through different digital forensics expertise, up to advanced analytics, we do our job, and we are supporting investigations. Of course, digital forensics as well, under the digital support stays, and of course, operations. It's a case coordination, it's analytics, when already we have intelligence, we have data, and we are scaling. We are scaling by different type of expertise, building coalitions with member states, with private partners. What is very much important, but private industry, cybersecurity community as well. They do support us. They can participate in different type of meetings, different type of operational initiatives decided by member states, invited by member states. and we do respect that, and we do welcome such different type of initiatives. Another aspect from my side, from Europol side, important to be mentioned, it's JCAT. It's a Joint Cyber Action Task Force. And this task force is embedded to EC3. We're extremely happy about that. We have a dedicated licensed officers, particularly for cyber area. And these licensed officers, they are sitting with us, they are working with us. They can easily approach us, and again, this is about resolving immediately any kind of related business needs in relation to our core mandated business areas at Europol. As you can see, we have a chair, vice chair in this JCAT, and from Europol side, we do support JCAT. This is not under our subordination, we do support them. And we have a number of EU member states, third operational partners, more law enforcement agencies, because some countries are represented by a number of law enforcement agencies. And of course, Europol dedicated experts. We are working on a daily basis with JCAT partners. Europol EC3 support to member states, of course, I already briefly mentioned, but let's dive more deeply into that. We are starting by data collection, starting by data processing, ETLs, transforming, cleaning, enriching, using technologies. That is one of the core. If you don't have data, we have nothing to do in the all next stages. So intelligence, the different type of intelligence, we are at a unique place because we at Europol, at EC3, we have a law enforcement intelligence. It's restricted, it's sensitive, it's classified, and we can breach and connect this intelligence with different type of indicators shared by you, by cybersecurity, private industry, as based on the mandate, we can receive information from the private partners, we can process that, and we can share with the member states with a strict purpose, of course, to support member states' needs, supporting with analytics, different type of expertise in relation to our, as I mentioned, mandated areas. Analytics, advanced analytics, and nowadays we need to move probably forward with some advanced analytics, but not staying on conventional analytics. And probably already you have heard during every presentation, technologies and AI is not going to be an exception, and for sure we need to follow the regulations, but at the same time we need to be very agile and sharp and brave using technologies. But technologies need to be used by human, clearly with a human validation. What we are preparing, what we are trying to do at Europol, as well coming with different initiatives, embedding these technologies to the analytics and our core different type of activities. Case coordination, we are having different type of meetings, we are having different type of technical sprints, investigative sprints. When we're bringing investigators, bringing different type of specialists, experts to Europol, and we are face-to-face working on particular case, following particular business needs and finding a solution. It can be very proactively done during the covert stage of lawful operation investigation, at early beginning. It can be done in the middle of the operation of investigation. It can be resolution phase during the action days, what we do as well quite often. You can hear that from the press releases, from the published information from our side, and as well some post-operational different type of activities, because we have different stages in different operations as number 2, stage number 3, and so on. And some specialized support. We would like to be very much unique at Europol, and we don't need to duplicate what member states can do. So what does it mean? Just we don't need to be focused on the conventional techniques. If member state, our competent authority partner, as let's say in Poland, Central Bureau of Cybercrime can do. So we want to do something more, just delivering something more, what can be done in addition. So we're trying to be very much unique, or having the more technical capacity in some particular fields. It might be decryption, it might be cryptocurrency tracing, might be very complex, the mixing of cryptocurrencies. What we do and where we are quite good, and we can make a really difference in that. Yeah, and much more. Always there is something on the list. So coming to the topic about the public-private partnership, I would like to mention on this slide Europol strategy. It's a current Europol strategy where there are some strong statements, some strong ambitions from our side, but we want to be criminal information hub, and we are the criminal information hub, in my opinion, the criminal intelligence hub. And attention to the public-private partnership is huge, it's very big. And this attention, especially from a cybercrime domain, from the EC3 side, we are bringing to the decision makers, to the executives, to the politicians, and why we have a lot of attention to that. We cannot do our business anymore without closer cooperation, daily hands-on cooperation with cybersecurity and private industry. There are a lot of data, different data points. There is a lot of intelligence, and at the same time connecting these dots with law enforcement intelligence stored at Europol's database, at Europol's data lake, and different layers of lakes, there are multiple lakes, let's say, and databases, so it cannot be done without the closer collaboration. Why? We are coming with some agile initiatives to deliver this agile operational support. Agile, again, to make a difference. And now in a couple of upcoming slides, I'm going to demonstrate what we do. Yeah, but before that, I would like to mention as well, public and private partnership. We are very much proud of having advisory groups for years. Actually, it's more than 10 years now. And we had 3 blocks of advisory groups, and since this year, we have a new one. So first of all, we have advisory group on communication providers, you can see, advisory group on financial services, and advisory group on internet security. During the meetings with advisory groups, we are very clear from Europol side, and as well from advisory groups partners as well, we were asking them, what do you expect from us, from Europol? How do you see the practical cooperation hands-on, but not just only the meetings once per year for the press release, just to tick the box? No. From our side, no blah, blah, blah. Just from our side, we would like to discuss about the concrete added value enrichment to investigative needs to the business of the member states. And we do. We are very happy about our partners. It happens, and you see more and more in the past years in relation to different type of operations when public partners were mentioned during the press releases, where we were attending different type of operational meetings or operational sprints. We were invited by member states, and we are very proud about that and happy about that. So these advisory groups are significantly important to us. And this year, we came with another initiative you can see on that slide. It's a new advisory group just established. It's academic, with academia and research partners on some R&D activities, research and development activities. It's a pilot. Now at this moment, it's a pilot. Because we are definitely, we do strongly believe in 3 advisory groups, but we must follow and expand our cooperation between these 3 blocks. And here, this one is pilot, and we do believe we can earn from this pilot much more. And what is your interest? What is the interest of the member states? If you do better, as well with academia, with some researchers, and we concentrate some efforts on some particular business needs, so we can better ensure internal security. We can better solve crimes and protect our societies from a different type of threats. It's a knowledge, it's an expertise, a lot of knowledge and expertise here, and any data when it's coming for the different kind of indicators of compromise, different type of technical selectors, information on the key criminal actors should go, we call that, you see at the bottom of the slide, through the cyber intelligence gateway. We call that as a cyber intelligence gateway, as a single approach, single way, entry point to EC3, Cybercrime Center, when based on some standards, we are sharing intelligence and we are consuming intelligence from the private partners. Yeah, data as it's a main fuel. It's a main fuel, and to produce, to get at the point of evidence, we need to do a lot. From the different data points, we need to produce intelligence. Maybe intelligence is enough, as we need to speak more and more about prevention, about the preventive activities, about the disruptions, early disruptions. Some countries at EU are very coming with new initiatives in relation to disruption, or some overseas partners as well. They are talking about that during the different conferences and operational meetings. We need to find the right legal ways for early disruption as well. It might be some role for Europol, facilitating and supporting member states with some early preventive and disruption activities. But there are plenty of bad and discussion points when it comes to the key adversaries located in unfriendly jurisdictions, and where even when we do see with member states different stages of implementation of different type of attacks, preparing the unlawful actions and a crime, not always we can intervene, as you're quite fully aware. Cyber intelligence approach at EC3. I mentioned already Cyber Intelligence Gateway. It's a single entry with different channels, multiple channels. Regarding the external surface, we call that non-law enforcement, because for law enforcement we have different channels, and therefore with different ways and different channels we are putting this intelligence into such kind of our internal engine, internal system, and ensuring this intelligence fusion. So this is an extremely important project for us, extremely important initiative for us. It's already standing as on a daily basis, and quite well welcomed by different partners. Another point I wanted to mention is cyber threat intelligence fusion, and we are coming as well with different initiatives to have a more face-to-face collaboration. Face-to-face collaboration with cybersecurity private industry, when we are having such kind of exchange programs, when we're deploying different type of specialists, mostly on cyber-dependent crime side, and we are working together. We are working together, and they can work together from our premises, looking for some additional data layers, data points, to enrich our data, what we have at Europol, and to enrich the member states' investigations, and to find a key, always looking for the solutions. So it's another important initiative, what we are initiating, and we are coming with. Yeah, this fusion is the three main angles. Of course, it's as you can see on this slide, it's an internal circle. It's a law enforcement and external non-law enforcement. And of course, three angles. It's a financial angle, financial side, attribution side, and as I mentioned already, data science, focus on infrastructure, and what is one of the key. We are investing a lot at Europol EC3, at Europol entirely, for data scientists and data science processes, utilizing the technology, utilizing the techniques. Of course, it's a very broad. Everybody's talking now about LLMs, large language models, small language models, but we shouldn't forget as well machine learnings. We are very good in use of machine learnings, and you are very good, and we are taking some good practices as well from your side. So we are doing a lot of between this data science work stream, especially at EC3, because we are probably the most experienced at EC3, at Europol. I mean, working with data, working with complex data, due to our long-term cyber nature. IOCTA, I mentioned, but yesterday we released at Europol, it was official presentation of IOCTA. And actually, I wanted to demonstrate you some key findings. It's our flagship strategic product. You can read this public version on a website. You can Google and find. And actually, it's our flagship product on internet organized crime threats and trends, what we see, what we're issuing every year. And some key findings you can see on this slide now. So the first one is data. Again, everything is about data. Data theft is an extremely significant threat. And the key targets, we want to get access to data for different type of brokers to get more data and to commit more sophisticated attacks based on that data. And this data used as well in a different ways, as you are quite well aware. Techniques, it's a variety of techniques, accessing and stealing the personal data at different stages. It's based on some vulnerabilities and some, of course, on some human-related aspects. Use of AI as well, we are flagging that and abusing AI, and especially in social engineering, what is increasing, and we need to be ready for that, for different type of waves in relation to the deep fakes, in relation to the highly professionally prepared and built social engineering operations. And we need to educate our society. We need to explain what we should expect, and we need to find the keys for solutions, not only educating. Yeah, initial access brokers, they increasingly advertising access to compromised systems and accounts. It's another increase, it's another key finding from our side. And data as a service. It's data as a service. This is clear. And data brokers even increasing, spreading their activities. Couple of conclusions we included. There were some discussion points in the IOCTA, which were just stressing and pointing attention on that. Lawful access to data. Again, I would like to stress the attention from our side, from Europol side. Access by design without breaking security, ensuring privacy. This is not easy topic, but at the same time we need to definitely discuss that. Yesterday it was an excellent presentation by Professor Timmerman on the digital sovereignty at EU. I would say ensuring such kind of digital safety, sovereignty, we cannot ensure that without giving the toolbox, proper toolbox to law enforcement. How to do that? Not easy. Not easy. We need to think seriously about the different type of standardization. Of course, not weakening encryption. We are not discussing about that, and that is a myth. But at the same time, finding the ways how to get access to different type of end-to-end encrypted communication tools and techniques used by criminals. Harmonized EU standard on data retention, you know what is another issue, and from our side we are flagging that for years, because in some countries, as you know, it's a very diverse. Some countries, some types of data are stored for days or even hours, and in some for months or years. So we would say here as well, targeted data retention and access to essential metadata. That is another key from our point of view, ensuring internal security. Investments in digital literacy, yes, that is increasing now, just in the increasing need and business need in relation to that. In the previous presentation, it was explained that in some countries already the education programs are changed, and our children, where it starts, what education programs are based and built based on the AI. So what means what is growing for a completely different type of generations, AI grounded, AI based, and so on. And we need to be ready for that. We need to educate different parts of societies, how to deal with that, how to deal with threats, how to deal with risks, and especially when AI is used for different type of abuse, committing the crimes. Another project I would like to mention that is EU JCAR. It's a quarterly tailored joint cyber assessment report, which is done by on a quarterly basis, prepared by ENISA, CERT-EU, our very close partners, and Europol, and with a main focus, as you see, on state-aligned activities, cybercrime, hacktivism, and of course including some security events and trends, vulnerability watch, and some dashboards. This is quite important, and we are contributing from Europol side to that from our cyber threat intelligence work stream, from our cyber intelligence team. We have increased our capacity at Europol to bring added value to that from the law enforcement side, to bring some intelligence and to enrich these restricted, let's say, assessment reports on a quarterly basis. Only one thing, but you know what is restricted and shared with EU member states only. Probably you know about that. We shouldn't forget about the nation states' interests. It was mentioned in a couple of presentations today and yesterday. And here just I wanted to demonstrate you a couple of slides, what you shouldn't forget. What nation states will have some interests. And the line in between the cybercrime, when the financially motivated actors, they called by the nations in some nations, and they're used in a different purpose for the different purposes. Its line is very thin, it's more and more clear to everyone, so we shouldn't forget about that. So as you see, there's some even convicted cyber criminals, let's say our clients, they were included in such kind of swap of the prisoners in relation to the some swaps. This is another example in relation to that. There person who worked with or for Russian spy agency, and there are significant proofs in relation to that. So what is the reality? What is a fact? So we shouldn't forget from these different kind of flags what such type of hybrid threats exists, and due to the different geopolitical aspects now happening in the world, including the war in Ukraine, Russian aggression, and so on, different types of interests of global actors like China, so we need to keep that in mind. So some conclusions and way forward from my side. From Europol side, access to data is a key. I am just trying to bring this in a more broader context, access to data. That means as well we're having the specialized skills and expertise, accessing the different types of data, starting by conventional forensics and moving towards more unconventional forensics, being based on vulnerabilities. Yeah, this is working. For that, we need to have some toolbox, some expertise. We do, and we are in some areas we're quite good in that, in some together with you. But at the same time, we need to think strategically and legally at the EU level, what we can do more on the access to data, ensuring that law enforcement who protects you, and we are protecting you, we are serving for my family, for your families, what we have a teeth, that we are capable, and we are armed by proper and on a timely manner based, let's say, provided to us the toolbox. Cyber intelligence hub is a key, because that is a key in cyber intelligence fusion. It's another important project at EC3, at the EC3 site, where through the partnership with the cybersecurity community and private industry, we are making a difference already. And this is a priority for us, and this is going to be a priority for the upcoming year and years for sure. Focus from our side on unique expertise. We are hiring some unique experts profiles, and as I mentioned already, we want to make a difference. We want to make a difference in decryption. We are running the biggest in EU decryption platform. It's located at ISPRA, Joint Research Center in Italy, which we are running as Europol, and we are working together with GRC, Joint Research Center, on that. At the same time, we need to have the best cryptocurrency demixing specialists, tracing specialists, or any other type of experts, data scientists, engineers, machine learning engineers, and so on. But we do, and this is our priority at Europol at EC3. Continuous and targeted R&D. I want to mention, because at Europol we have a research and development activities. We have a system built for that. We have an innovation lab working on more strategic projects, and we have as well at EC3 some research and development activities, cases based on the tailored needs from member states. When member state investigator is coming with a problem and saying, I need to get access to in this way, and could you have a look at this hardware, or could you have a look at this to do some reverse engineering of that application and help finding the ways. We are always trying to help understanding better this technical side and find the ways to member states to proceed. So this is our priority. As I mentioned already, data science as an engine, and we cannot run this engine without oil and without the proper techniques. AI, I would like to mention the year, because this is in combination with my last point. Timely engagement with technology. Timely, we are talking a lot, but we need to use it. We need to use it, we need to benefit from it, and we need to prove what it works well with a human validation, with a human control. We are saving enormous amount of time, what you can see now by daily use. Probably you are daily using, you have your own tailored AI models in your pockets nowadays, and you see what you can save time navigating yourself and later diving in depth, being as experts, as professionals, because you understand, but you cannot fully rely on that. No, because it's such kind of a black box still. But it's improving, it's evolving. So what's my messages and way forward from Europol side? Happy to be here. Thank you very much for invitation, for this opportunity to send and share some messages from Europol side. And definitely we see the progress in a close collaboration with cybersecurity and private industry, especially on cyber threat intelligence aspects. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer.